There's a major conjunction that has started and will peak on January 12, 2020 at 11:58 a.m. This conjunction is about Pluto, Saturn, and the Galactic Center. What you're about to witness is something that is undeniably true. You'll have to open your mind and let this in. If you are here, then you are meant to be here. If you are good, then this will only bring goodness to you. If you're not good, then there's still time to change the road you're on. I cannot begin to tell you how blessed I've been with knowledge through epiphanies, animal, insect, and human encounters, numerology, and many awakenings by the luminaries which paint the clouds with messages including Persephone herself. Get your cameras ready. Are you ready for the storm? Let's now talk about the conjunction aspects or details. Here is an aspect list. Pluto and Saturn will be in exact alignment at approximately 28 degrees Sagittarius. I'll be giving details later on for those who are not familiar with these terms. Also in the game is, amongst the many, is Sun, Ceres, and Mercury. Fact: approximately 28 degrees Sagittarius is at the Galactic Center. So it's important to remember that all this is happening in a very important place. So what does this mean? Let's first look at the phenomena called sunspots. Is that what they really are? It will be the premise to showing you that the luminaries play much more a part in our lives than just lights in the sky. Here are 3 pictures of sunspots taken by a lovely lady on the YouTube channel Diversity J. She has awesome footage of luminaries in the sky. There are 3 different dates: May 6th, May 8th, and 11th, 2019. May 6th, there was 1 spot. May 8th, there were 2 spots. And May 11th, there were 2 spots. So off to look at a chart to see what I could see. Note that during these dates, the Sun was in a trine or 120-degree aspect with Saturn and Pluto. How could something 120 degrees away make a sunspot? You're probably also wondering why on May the 6th there was only 1 spot. Because Pluto was not within 6 degrees of visibility. It was at 7.2 degrees. On the 8th and the 11th, Saturn and Pluto are visible, transiting the Sun 120 degrees away within 6 degrees of visibility. This is undeniable that these so-called sunspots were created by Saturn and Pluto. Also, note the rotation. These are rotating and translating during tornado season. Convinced yet? Maybe this will help. Here's another sunspot that Diversity J was tracking. One on April 9th and April 13th. So again, I go and check the chart to see what I could see. I found that Eris was conjunct, aligned with the Sun. I will explain later on who Eris is. On the 9th, Eris was transiting the left side of the Sun. On the 13th, during the peak or midpoint of the aspect, Eris is near the center of the Sun. It's important to note that tornado season started. On April 13th to 15th, here's all the category of tornadoes. And on April 17th to 19th, here's all the categories of tornadoes that are found on Wikipedia. These are not sunspots. We live in an electric universe. These are energies, luminaries that have amplifying effects. Don't worry, I'll have more convincing examples of major weather from luminaries. Is this another coincidence? Let's look at this timeline in San Francisco, California. You will see Eris, quintile, which is golden ratio aspect of 72 degrees, with the Sun. Look, there was a 5.6 magnitude quake in Petrolia, California. Also, Hurricane Alvin starts. Next, note that Venus comes into play, quintile Eris, and then there is a 6.4 quake in Petrolia, California, plus 3 more. Then at the peak, midpoint aspect, there was a 7.1 magnitude quake in Ceres Valley, California, plus over 20 more. Here are some more of the research proving that the luminaries with Eris leading the major weather. I also looked into a whole year of 2012 weather phenomena, which could have all been predicted. So get your cameras out with a solar filter, because NASA and your politicians are stealing your hard labor and not telling you the truth. So, who the heck is Eris? Meet Eris, the supposed asteroid that NASA claims was discovered in 2004, when in actuality it was rediscovered, as the ancients were well aware of this luminary. She goes by many names. Here are a few: Persephone by the Greeks, Madonna by the Romans, and Mictecacihuatl by the Mexicans, also known as Mama Karma. Note the vortex on the bottom, which relates to inward energies, the aether, or the queen of the underworld, or heaven, to which she is described by the different empires. She has a 560-year zodiac cycle, and as you will soon learn, she is coming back into play. Now let's meet Venus, the goddess of love. Notice a similarity in the glyphs? Venus has an 8-year cycle. Note that her glyph is that of the Egyptian Ankh symbol. This would be the spirit holding the physical body. In metaphysics, this is seeing self in what is not self. For more on this, see the link below to a video I made on this. The Galactic Center and the Zodiac. Okay, so where is this Galactic Center, plane, a river of heaven? Bear with me, as we will spend a few minutes on this slide, but I assure you it's something we have not seen in a long time. This is a zodiac wheel. It has 60 repeating golden series numbers wrapped around it. Note that it starts on the left side with a 0, then 1, signifying before and the start of a cycle. Now, just add 2 consecutive numbers, only keeping the last digit. For example, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 5 is 8, don't worry, I won't go all the way around. 5 plus 8 is 13, only keep the 3. 8 plus 3 is 11, only keep the 1. 3 plus 1 is 4, and so on and so forth. And it wraps all the way around. And it repeats after every 60. Look at the zeros. There's 4 zeros, and you will see a cross is formed. Also note that other than the zeros, there are 5s in every 5th number. As an aside, for those who think there is 13 zodiac signs, there is not. There is only 12. It cannot be any other way. Like there is not a 13th disciple. Look at the beautiful patterns. It forms a swastika, or a cross. 1011, 7077, 9099, 3033. No, Hitler was not a truther. Just another tyrant who portrayed a truther to fool the masses, just like Trump is doing today, because if they were truthers, this would mean this would have been shared. Learning the colors of numbers from Matt Jerome, I had to look to see if they were on the repeating 60. Note that combinations of 1 plus 7 reduced to 3. For example, 1 plus 4 plus 7 is equal to 12, but 1 plus 2 is 3. A 258 reduced to 6, and a 369 reduced to 9. Lo and behold, they are on the repeating 60. And they lay out the Galactic Center. 258 is a physical plane, and a 741369 are the light you can see as above and the light you cannot see as below. This is why the Great Pyramid was built 3/60ths or 18 degrees from true north, and it aligns with the 369. Do I hear Tesla? Da Vinci Code? You can find more on this on the links below of 2 videos that I've done on what you can find in what I call the universal key. I keep finding more and more all the time, so the videos do need updating. In conclusion, the Galactic Center is located at approximately 28 degrees Sagittarius. Okay, so you're ready to talk the major conjunction? Here's what's notable. This is a chart of New London, Connecticut on January 12, 2020 at 11:58 a.m. I picked this location as they will be in line when this happens. As stated in a previous slide, Pluto and Saturn are in exact alignment at 28 degrees Saturn, and specifically it will be on the 72 West, 108 East latitude line, to which New London, Connecticut is one of the many cities and towns along this line on the Earth. Note that Eris, Mama Karma, is square 90 degrees, the Great Conjunction. A square aspect is facing the forces and laws of the matter, and their active conflict, being actively challenged, brings up a creative crisis. Note the words creative crisis, i.e. good and not good karma. Remember, Eris has a major influence on all internal and external weather. Also note that Eris will be trine or 120-degree aspect with the waning moon. A trine is power of number 3, as when the third player arrives at the scene and resolves any conflict. Stimulates flow of self-expression, knowledge, and awareness. The moon is involved directly with Eris during this great conjunction. Mama Moon is the fastest moving deliverer of cosmic energies. Remember, 369. And I know what you're thinking. Is there any stars involved? We will get to that a bit later. Because it gets better. There's more. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, whom rule the 9th house. Jupiter is associated with law, social order, and knowledge. Zeus, teacher, guru, is the principle of expansion and revelation. Jupiter is good-natured and jovial, knows how to motivate and bring out enthusiasm. Sagittarius is Latin for archer, centaur, half human, half horse, and it's ruled by Jupiter. The 9th house is the house of expansion, long studies and far journeys, law, societal order and religion, higher education and deepening of knowledge. And all this is happening, this conjunction, in the 9th house. So we've started, but there will be major change and expansion, deepening knowledge or wisdom, revelations, motivations surrounding law, societal order, and spiritualism. This is the time when the real truthers will be known, and the Madonna is here to help. Next, we will look at a very important close star to the Galactic Center. That star is called Procyon. Venus, Procyon, will be biquintal, or 144 degrees, which is part of the golden racial pentagram. Procyon sits close to the Galactic Center. Procyon is a star that signaled the Egyptians as a warning that Sirius's heliacal rising is about to flood the Nile. Sirius is part of the cosmic breath of the Earth. More on this later. According to the ancients, Procyon, it conferreth the favor of the gods, of spirits and men. It giveth power against witchcrafts, and preserveth health. The ancients knew that Procyon is a messenger or mechanism that can be utilized before a major outward flood. She is a messenger of the good and not good karma. Makes sense to pay attention to the luminaries, doesn't it? Another star's influence is Vega rising. Vega rising before the sun is equally as important as Sirius rising. Vega and Sirius are the cosmic breath. Vega is the inward spiritual flood. Sirius is the Nile River flood. I'm just going to read the bottom here. A vulture, hen, or traveler. It makes the wearer magnanimous and proud, and gives power over beasts and devils. So again, if you are good, then you will be good. Mama's got your back during this cosmic cleanup. Be brave. So continuing on with the influences by Vega, the vertex is square 90 degrees to Vega. Vega and the vertex at this great conjunction will provide power to the good over those whom are not good. The vertex reflects the way an individual relates to others, thus it is a popular point to take into account when working with synastry. And synastry means how you deal with others. This is how relations will work with others at this time. All these aspects are lining up to take care of the good. Be well and know that everyone on this earth is a brother and a sister. Next, we will look at some amazing timing that can only reinforce what has been shown thus far. So what's Eris been up to during this 2-year conjunction of Saturn and Pluto? First, you will see that in April, Pluto and Saturn went retrograde. Next, you will see for the first time in over 500 years, Eris comes into Aries for a short duration. Aries represents your head, your mind, your spirit. Then in July, Eris goes retrograde. We are left on our own again. Are you making good choices? On September 8th, Eris is back into Pisces. Kind of like giving you a little time to think about things. On September 18th and October 3rd, Pluto and Saturn go direct in Sagittarius. Know that everyone gets affected differently depending on their natal charts. We will leave the last section for a later slide. First, let's talk a little about retrograde versus direct. As can be seen from this chart, Eris is right between Aries and Pisces. Currently, Eris is in retrograde in Pisces. Retrograde means a luminary turns and goes backwards in the sky compared to its normal motion. To us, physically and spiritually, it brings about time windows of opportunity and ability to focus and stay away from distractions. Now get this, on January 11th, 2020, the day before the Great Conjunction, Eris goes direct. Going direct after a retrograde implies you are to move forward with what you've learned. This is the going with the flow to ensure we are on the right path. So let's go back to that 2-year cycle chart. Again, we will go over Eris's timing of this major event. On January 11th, Eris goes direct, ready to fuel you up with major karmic and awakening energies. On January 12th, the Great Conjunction is at its peak, along with all the other aspecting energies already mentioned. Note that the symbol for karma is the yin-yang, representing the infinite loop of trying to do things right. On May 7th, Eris, or Persephone, or Mictecacihuatl, Madonna, will be coming into our heads, represented by Aries. It's been over 500 years, other than the brief moment earlier this year when she came to have a look at our thoughts. Next, we will look at a few more of many more synchronicities that I could have put into this video. Icarus will be in Sagittarius. Icarus is named after the mythological boy Icarus, who flew too close to the sun and got burned. It symbolizes conflict between individuality and arrogance, originality and ambition, that has a potential to take one far versus blind pursuit of extremes that results in certain downfall. If you recall, this event is about major change and expansion, deepening knowledge or wisdom, revelations, motivations, surrounding law, societal order, and spiritualism. There is 90 to 95% good people in this world. These conflicts, internally and externally, will be resolved. They've started already by this great conjunction. Neptune and Venus in Aquarius. Neptune brings the karmic energies, while Venus ensures that it's all done with love. Aquarius. Aqua is etheric baptismal water. Aquarius is the water bearer. For those of you who do not know, Aquarius, the water bearer, is John the Baptist. We are being flooded with karmic waters to cleanse those that want to be good. In other words, a baptism. This is what baptism is really about. God, the Absolute, the Universal Force, the One, whatever name you use, only knows what will happen to the not good. It's good to know that everyone's chart is different and will be illuminated at different times, making this one of the most spectacular moments in our known history. When Eris, Persephone, or the Madonna, came to look how we've been behaving from June 1st to July 20th, she's working on a plan since July 20th, ready to deliver on January 12th. Kind of like made a list and checking it twice to see who's not good and who has been good. Sound familiar? She will execute her plan providing good and not good karma starting on January 12th moving forward. Then she will be communicating with us in our heads for the next 40 years with a few brief exits, giving us time to go inward and think. Here are a few pre-conjunction notes that are important. Venus conjunct Saturn, December the 11th. Cold full moon, December the 12th. From Time Nomad's Astrology Today, an auspicious time window to look into the crystal ball of the future is December the 11th, as beautiful Venus will be exactly conjunct to Saturn, a fruitful combination that is enhanced by the full moon of the next day, December the 12th, as it could be expected from the goddess of beauty. Venus goes well with pretty much every other celestial body. This Venus-Saturn conjunction, infused with the fullness of the moon, brings a precious opportunity to use your intuition and reach out into the domain of Chronos, or Saturn, the measure of time and karma, which is the role of Saturn as we know it. We will also have a solar eclipse on December the 26th. Important to note, rising before the sun controls the chart of the day. Icarus rises before the sun on December the 22nd through the 27th. Jupiter, December 28th to January 2nd. Mercury, January 3rd to January 11th. And oh yeah, boy wonder, Icarus, January 12th to the 13th. It's undeniable that this is a special moment in recent history. So, what can we do? Here's a gauge. It's a positive assessment. You need to look at the positive words and see how many of them describe you. What you're about to see came to me from an epiphany while I was on an IV. It's a collection of positive words that was recreated from the 10 Commandments, to which the original words are not positive, not good. I won't read it to you. You can pause the video. But then you can tell me, how do you fare? Here are some of the people that I like to give credit to. There are so many more that have helped me research our beautiful universe. Peace and love. Words from within the song, Stairway to Heaven. There's still time to change the road you're on.